So this month's total spend is So the first 6 weeks of me being back in horse ownership have been eventful. So I got Basil on the 19th of December. I was desperate to get a horse before Christmas. And he is an almost 7-year-old warm-blood gelding. When I bought him, I felt really safe on him. That's why I bought him, because I instantly, when I was sat on him, I felt really safe. But one caveat to that was he was quite underweight when I got him as well. We've had an eventful few weeks establishing what works for him in terms of feed and things like that. And it's been a big learning curve, definitely getting back into it. The first few days of having Basil was brilliant. I was riding around the arena really confidently, and I was able to go out for a hack on Christmas Day, which is what I really, really wanted to do. And then things slowly started to go wrong. We went to our first show on the 5th of January, which was just a small in-hand show. I just thought I'd take him out, see a new place, see other horses, get him in a different environment. And he was really well behaved, he loaded well, he travelled well. And actually it was a really bad day to take him out. The weather was awful. I've never driven with a horse in the back of a box before, so it was new for me. And the weather was so bad, it actually snowed the night before. But thankfully the roads were starting to clear, obviously, when we were driving. But he travelled really well. We got there, he behaved himself standing on the box, and then we took him into the arena. Obviously it was all very new to him being an indoor arena. He was quite well behaved, and then we were just stood there waiting for the class, and I was just painting hoof oil on its back feet, and something spooked, and there was a kid playing on some game thing, and he literally managed to kick me in 3 places like that, and I don't actually know how it happened so quickly. And then I just stood there, just got over that, thinking we'll be fine, we'll go in the class, it's fine. And then again he spooked again at this kid's game, and this time jumped straight onto my foot. And at the time I thought, Christ, I broke my foot. Like, how am I going to run around this arena? Somehow, I think the adrenaline and everything, I managed to do it. But that night my foot was purple. But he was really good at the show. He really behaved himself. He went in the class. There's only a few horses in there because of the weather. All I wanted to do was to make sure I got him out. He behaved himself and he just saw a new environment. The following week we had our first lesson with Matt Cox, who is a dressage rider, which was a lot of fun. So I'm here today with Matt Cox, and I'm going to have a lesson on Basil, and this is going to be our first lesson together and my first lesson for pretty much forever. So it's going to be some good fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So my initial, we'll do a little 5-minute assessment, see how the horse goes and the things that we need to work on, and also have a look at Jade and how we can improve her riding and see what we can do to help them to have a successful career. He's a little bit fresh today, so we just want to kind of get him thinking forward. It's cold. He wasn't ridden yesterday. That's it. Keep the bend in the elbows nice. Lots of little half halts. That's it. Good. Good. Half halt. Keep the bend in the elbows again. That's it.
On it.
Good.
Steady.
Yeah, remember your half halts. There, better. That's it. Thumbs on top, bend those elbows. That's it. Play a little bit, just try and now take a little bit steady, the trot a tad, take a half halt, use your seat. Good, and then release a little bit in the contact. Slightly shorter rein.
Good lad.
Unfortunately, at the moment, he's got to build up strength, and then you can get a dressage saddle which help you to.
Yeah, and I need to build a core as well.
Yeah, you need to build a core and build more. But I think that will help you. It will help you to engage your core a little bit more, sit more in balance.
Yeah.
Just be careful not to tip forward. You know, really think about how you're sitting in the saddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is particularly on the forehand.
Yeah.
We know that he probably hasn't had maybe the best work or the correct work. So you're starting with a little bit of a, you're starting at a hard place because he's on his forehand. You haven't ridden consistently for a long time, I don't think.
8 years.
Well, 8 years.
10 years, really.
10 years.
I rode my horse for 2, so I haven't had a horse for
Yeah.
8 years.
So there's a lot of factors in this situation that are difficult, that he is on the forehand, that he probably hasn't had a lot of schooling, and you've got to build up your core strength and, you know, and also your confidence, because he has been a little bit cheeky.
Yeah.
But the thing you've got to be careful with in the canter is not to grab hold of. You're almost better off, kind of, as I say, not worrying too much about the contact and sending forward, because the more you pull, especially with that right rein, the more you're pulling him down and the more he struggles to go forward. So I was saying about watching with a rock, you know, be careful not to kind of really rock in the saddle. Really just think right forward, relax your seat a little bit and send him forward. But that comes from your leg. Okay, let's try it again. Good boy.
Brilliant.
Bend those elbows up. That's it. Up and forward with the hand. Nudge to the inside leg. Good, and go, 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 go. Well done. Good. Forward. Don't pull back. Well done.
Good boy.
Honestly, I think in a few weeks' time it'll be very different.
Yeah.
But we're in a situation where he's cold, where, you know, we've got to build on your confidence, your core strength. Got to get rid of that horrible, awful saddle. So at the moment it's transitions. Transitions are your key, whether that's within the pace, so on and back. When we did the on and back, you obviously were very aware of how your seat influenced his, you know.
And I did feel it, like on the long side, I felt like I was quite, like, strong through my position.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful that, yes, be strong and sit tall and use your core, but be careful that it doesn't become tightness as well. You've got to be elastic through your body and supple through your body. So, great first session with Basil and Jade. He loves me. We really looked at, unfortunately Basil is quite on his forehand, and you know, he's actually got quite weak, so we've got to deal with building up his muscle structure. And obviously Jade has been out of riding for quite a while now, so we've got to build up with her core strength. So we looked really at transitions within the pace and in and out of the pace, and just making sure that Jade is safe and she could influence his rhythm and think about bringing him on, bringing him back and keeping him in balance, and just try not to use too much of the hand or any hand, because the more hand you use, the deeper he goes. So really engaging the core and thinking more through your seat.
But this is when we started to notice certain things, like he was doing these little micro bucks and things like that, which started to knock my confidence. But overall the lesson was really positive, and Matt helped me solve a few issues, like getting him into canter and things like that. We then had a week of freezing cold weather where the horses weren't able to get any turnout and the arena was frozen solid. It was literally like concrete in there. So we weren't even able to get in the arena to lunge or ride. It then came out of the other side of this weather. The arena started thawing and it was time to get back on. I had a lesson booked for the following day, another lesson with Matt, and I thought I've got to get on this horse today because, you know, he's been in for 5 days and I need to get him out. I was on my second lap round, and I don't really know what happened, but he sort of jumped up, went sideways, and I was in the air on the track still with no horse beneath me, thinking this is going to be a long way down. And obviously I hit the deck. So that was a shock and painful. And again, it's a new horse to me. I don't really know what he's going to do and things like that. And obviously I've been out of riding for a really long time. So I've not had a horse for 8 years, and I didn't ride my horse for 2 of those. So I haven't really ridden properly for about 10 years now. So it's getting me back into it as well. My husband was out at time and he made me get back on the horse straight away. So thankfully, if he wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have got back on, but he got me on straight away and just walked around. That weekend following the fall, we went to a pole work clinic. We were already booked in for it, and we were going with the other girls from work. So I took him along. Again, very excited, new environment, being ridden with other horses, which he hasn't done since he's been with me. My confidence was in the gutter. I didn't even really want to get on him, to be honest. So Tamika, one of my friends, she just led me round and we just walked around the arena. We went over the poles and we just let him get used to being in a different place with different horses and just a different environment. And by the end of it, he settled down. And to be honest, he could have done it fine. It was my confidence that was holding us back. If I was more confident, I could have just gone on and trotted around with the rest of them, but I was just frozen at this point in time. I just couldn't do it. The weekend came round and I really wanted to take him out for a hack. So one of my friends, Sarah, she said she'd come and walk with me. And on the way to the yard in the morning, I felt really sick. Like, I'm not an anxious person at all. Got to the yard, I said, Sarah, you ride him, I'll walk with you. She's like, no, you're getting on this horse. This is your horse, you need to ride it. She made me get on it. We had a really positive hack. So that was a really big win, back in the saddle. A couple of days later, Tamika said she'd come and ride him for me in the arena. We lunged him first, he had a little bit of an explosion and then settled down, and he was absolutely perfect for her to ride. So seeing him being ridden in the arena quite nice and calmly again gave me a little bit more confidence, and the next day I was happy to get back on. Got back on, had a positive ride. The day after that, again, got on, had a really positive ride, and I felt like, yes, my horse is coming back. And by this point, we'd taken him off all of his supplements and tried to tone down his food a little bit just to try and restore a bit of calmness and sanity in his brain. And it looked like it was working. On the third day, went down there, again, like I do at the moment, lunge for 10 minutes or so just to let him get the energy out and then get on. But during the lunging phase, he just had a huge explosion for no really apparent reason. And yeah, I wasn't going to get on him. To wrap up the month, he then had the physio. He did have a physio out when I first got him. And again, 6 weeks on, thought I'd get another physio out to obviously have a good look at him and just check everything over. So we had Katie out.
If he's been held down and he's not been using his shoulder properly, and now he is, and he's feeling a lot freer, this muscle's not been worked properly before, so it's not had to, he's been moving his legs, but it's not had to reach.
Yeah.
It could be that he potentially has been on one way more than the other, which is why this side is tighter. Good boy. Nice.
That's it. Good lad.
He actually lifted his withers better than I thought he would for how tight he was behind them.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I don't think he probably would have done when he first got him.
Yeah.
No, from the way I saw him move in the videos, I thought there'd be a lot more niggly bits and potentially lasting damage in certain areas. Good boy. There were no what I would call cold or dead spots that aren't working, especially sort of behind his poll. I know, because of where he was overworking, the potential is that he wouldn't activate those muscles, basically, it wouldn't work them properly.
Yeah.
He's actually quite nice and soft in his chest as well, so I think that open and wideness isn't as far as you think. I think you're definitely on the right track and doing the right things. If he's not lifting and coming up, every bit of work you do is just going to hit that brick wall.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, So then do some more transitions and warm up a bit more, and then do it again until you feel that lift.
Yeah.
And then the work that you do after that will actually have some benefit rather than just ploughing forwards.
Yeah.
Which is not desired, Basil. But yeah.
Good boy. You say thank you.
We're going to say thanks. Oh, cheers, mate.
Very much.
Thanks, mate.
Katie was really good, obviously, working with him, and obviously he's very sore and stiff in his neck, which is something we knew when we first bought him. I think possibly he's been ridden heavily in draw reins previously, and he's very sore through his neck, so that is something we're working on. And obviously he holds himself very in a low carriage as well. So getting back into horses has cost an absolute fortune. Never mind the price of the actual horse, but this month has cost a lot of money in everything, because you have to kit out everything from the start again, from everything I need, everything he needs, and every day I'm buying something else, and my husband notices it on the bank balance, and I'm getting told off quite a lot. But you keep finding more and more things that you need to buy, and the list just keeps racking up. So this month's total spend, please don't look, husband, is... It's cost an absolute fortune in the last 6 weeks, and I'm hoping February might be a little bit cheaper. I haven't got to go and buy all the rugs and the tack and everything else I need now, so hopefully it's just the maintenance and things like that. Fingers crossed for February, but we've got loads of things planned and really excited to just see where we can go forward with him. Lots of groundwork, arena hires and things like that to go to. So yeah, fingers crossed we get the safe, sane horse back and we can build confidence together.